ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। कठोपनिषद चैप्टर 1 वल्ली 2 मंत्र 4। दूरमेते विपरीते विशोची अविद्याया च विद्येति ज्ञाता। विद्याभीप्सिनं नचिकेतसं मन्ये नत्वा कामा बहवो लोलुपन्त। We have seen the mantra. Now we will go through the bhashya. तयोः श्रेय आददानस्य साधु भवति हीयतेऽर्थाद् यवुप्रेयो वृणीते इत्युक्तं तत्कस्मात्। भाष्यकार connects this mantra as a hetu for mantra 1 of this valli. Yataha duram durena mahata antarena ete विपरीते अन्योन्य व्यावृत्तरूपे विवेकाविवेकात्मकत्वात् तमः प्रकाशौ इव। यतः because connecting with the first mantra. दूरम is equal to दूरेण महता अंतरेण. So दूरम भाष्यकार converted into द्वितीया विभक्ति दूरेण. So दूरेण means महता अंतरेण, with the great distance विपरीते opposite, opposite. Ete, these two, vidya and avidya. Viparite means anyonya vyavritta rupe. They are mutually exclusive of each other. One cannot exist without the other. Viveka vivekatmakatvat. Because they are characterized by viveka and aviveka. Tamah prakashau iva, like light and darkness. Vishuchi. I think up to this we have seen, right? विशोची विशोच्यौ नानागति भिन्नफले संसारमोक्षहेतुत्वेन इत्येतत्. So, in the first line, Bhashyakara distinguished them in terms of their nature. Swarupataha, different. They are viruddha as far as their nature is concerned. Because one is knowledge, another is ignorance. Knowledge and ignorance are distinct and opposed to each other, even from the standpoint of their nature. One cannot coexist with the other. If one comes, the other has to go. They cannot be friends. Both are viruddha. Like light and darkness. Tamah prakashau iva. It is swarupataha virodha. Virodha in their very nature. Now he talks about phalataha virodha. Virodha in their result. Vishuchyau. Vishuchi is there in the Moola. Vishuchi is singular. Bhashyakara converts it into dual. Vishuchyau. Vishuchyau means nanagati. They take two distinct courses. They move in two different directions. Gati, their movement is in two different directions. Nana, distinct. So, nanagati, Vishuchi literally means nanagati. They move in two different directions, implying bhinna phale. Their phala are distinct. What are the two distinct phalas? Samsara moksha hetutvena ityetat. They lead to samsara and moksha respectively. Avidya, preyaha leads to samsara, whereas shreyaha, vidya, leads to moksha. Samsara moksha hetutvena bhinna phale. Being the hetu, the means for samsara and moksha, they are bhinna phale. केते इत्युच्यते या च अविद्या प्रेयो विषया विद्येति च श्रेयो विषया ज्ञाता निर्ज्ञाता अवगता पंडितैः केते. What are the two? What are the two? So Strilinga ke te sa te taha ka ke kaha. Strilinga dvivachana. Ityuchyate, it is being told. So Duramete viparite vishuchi is a description. They are the descriptions of what? It is told later on. Vidyaya cha avidyeti, avidyaya cha vidyeti jnata. Ya cha avidya. So the first one is avidya, which was referred to in mantra 1 and 2 as preyaha. But in reality it is avidya. We have to take lakshyartha there. So now he clarifies what he called preyaha in first and second mantra is really avidya, the sadhana. So avidya is preyo vishaya. Preyaha vishayah yasyaha sa preyo vishaya. Preyas is its vishaya. Here vishaya should be understood as sadhya. Its end is goal. Phala is preyaha. It is a sadhana for preyaha. Preyas sadhanam ityarthaha. So avidya is a sadhana which culminates in preyaha. That is what he referred to as preyaha in first and second mantra also. And vidyeti cha, vidya is a shreyo vishaya. Its a sadhya is a shreyaha, leads to shreyaha, moksha. Jnata is equal to nirjnata, iti jnata. It is understood so. Jnata is equal to nirjnata, nishchayena jnata. Understood properly, distinctly. Avagata, nirjnata, avagata, understood. Panditaihi, by the panditas, by the jnanis, it is distinctly understood, properly and clearly understood. So he clarifies the distinction between vidya and avidya that happen to be the sadhanas for both moksha and samsara. Tatra vidyabhipsinam vidyarthinam nachiketasam tvam aham manye tatra. So among the two, among vidya and avidya, tvam, you What do you want? What is Nachiketa going to choose? Yama knows very well. He is a Vidyabhipsi. Vidyam abhipsate iti Vidyabhipsin shabda. Innanta. Vidyabhipsinam. You are a Vidyabhipsi. One who desires Vidya. One who aspires for Vidya. Vidyabhipsi means Vidyarthi. Vidyam arthayate iti Vidyarthi. One who seeks Vidya is called Vidyarthi. Even in schools, we were Vidyarthis. The students are called Vidyarthis. School students or college students. They are also Vidyarthis. But that Vidya is different. It is really avidya from the standpoint of Atmajnana. The true Vidya is Atma Vidya. Therefore, we become true Vidyarthis only when we want Atmajnana. So now Nachiketa has become a true Vidyarthi. Vidyabhipsinam is equal to Vidyarthinam. Nachiketasam tvam aham manye. Tvam, you. Nachiketasam. Aham manye. I understand. I understand that you are a Vidyarthi. You are a true Vidyarthi. Kasmat Yasmat Avidvad Buddhi Pralobhinah Kamaha Apsaraf Prabhratayaha Bahavaha Api Tva Tvam Na Alolupanta न विच्छेदं कृतवन्तः श्रेयो मार्गात् आत्मोपभोगाभिवाञ्छा सम्पादनेन आत्मोपभोग अभिवाञ्छा सम्पादनेन. So, Kasmat, because of what reason? Kasmat Hetoh, Hetau Panchami. Fifth case, Panchami Vibhakti has many meanings. One is Hetau, Hetau Panchami. Because of a given reason. Kasmad Heto, because of what reason? That is the meaning of this Panchami. Yasmat. So Kasmat, after Kasmat there can be a question mark. Why Kasmat? Because of what reason? You can put a question. Is there in Gita Press? No. You can put a question. So then answer Yasmat. Yeah. Why? Because. Why? Because. It becomes why? Because. So because. Avidvad buddhi pralobhinah kamaha. So Nachiketa was tested. Many kamaha, many objects of enjoyment, many objects of desire were presented in front of him. And such objects tempt the mind of an ajnani, avidvad buddhi pralobhinaha. They have the nature of tempting the mind of an ajnani, avidvat. So, aviveki, one who does not have viveka, his mind gets tempted when he sees certain objects. It looks attractive. So then this person gets interested. So it may happen even after coming to study Vedanta. Certain things look attractive. Why not have it? And most often it is at the cost of the pursuit of moksha. One has to take a break from the moksha, sabbatical from moksha. And the sabbatical can be of a longer duration, a few janmas. So, avidvad buddhi pralobhinaha kamaha. What are they? Apsarah prabhritayaha, apsaraha, and the like. Bahavaha api, even though many were presented by Yama, tva na alolupanta. Tva is equal to tvam, you. Na alolupanta is equal to na vichedam kritavantaha. They could not distract you. They could not dissociate you from the pursuit of moksha. Shreyo margat. Shreyo margat na alolupanta. They could not distract you from the pursuit of moksha, from the path of moksha. And how they could have distracted you? Atmopabhogabhivancha sampadanena. By creating a desire to enjoy themselves. The kamaha, the objects, produce a desire to enjoy themselves. The objects come and say, please enjoy me. So, Atma Upabhoga. Here, Atma refers to the object itself. It is a reflexive pronoun. Oneself. Upabhoga, their enjoyment. Abhivancha, desire for that. Sampadanena, by producing. That is how they generally distract a person. They generally dissociate a person from the pursuit of moksha. So they try to tempt. In Puranas, we hear stories. Vishwamitra did tapas. When Vishwamitra did tapas, then the Devata sent an Apsara, Menaka, Menaka danced in front of Vishwamitra. And finally, Menaka was successful in distracting Vishwamitra's tapas. Vishwamitra succumbed to kama, desire. And all the tapas he did, it was a waste for a while. He took a sabbatical. In the pursuit of moksha, there is nothing called sabbatical. Okay. So he said, okay, for a while, holiday from tapas. And he enjoyed life with Menaka for a while. And a baby was born, Shakuntala. As soon as the baby was born, Vishwamitra found, oh, this is a responsibility. Then he understood that he has made a mistake. Then he ran away. Started doing tapas once again. 60,000 years he did tapas. Once again, 60,000 years of tapas. So he regained what he had lost, the tapas shakti, up to certain extent. But still he could not reach the culmination, because the Devata sent once again another Apsara, Rambha. Last time it was Menaka. Now this was Rambha. When Rambha came, Vishwamitra decided, this time I will not succumb to kama, desire. But then he succumbed to krodha, anger. And he cursed Rambha. You will become ashes, reduce into ashes. Then Rambha reduced into ashes. But Vishwamitra exercised his tapas shakti to burn Rambha. All his tapas shakti is gone once again. What he did accumulated in 60,000 years. Because of his outrage, because of his anger, he lost everything. So that is why if someone shouts at someone, all tapas is gone. So krodha. First time he succumbed to kama, second time he succumbed to krodha. So finally he understood, now I should not get into, I should be free from kama as well as krodha. So that is how once again he did tapas for many thousands and thousands of years. And finally he became Brahmarshi. He got the Siddhi. So it is a story. So there are distractions. The objects try to distract from the pursuit of moksha by producing a desire to enjoy themselves. That is when one has to be alert. Let me not succumb to this. And to do it, one should have a firm resolve. I want moksha. This is my only goal. In this Janma, I want moksha. I don't want to take a sabbatical for a few Janmas. No break. My priority is moksha. One has to be clear about it. And then, whenever the temptations arise, one has to withstand the temptations with one's willpower, holding on to one's resolve. It is called dhriti. Dhriti means holding on to one's resolve despite all temptations and all discouragements. That is how one can succeed in the pursuit of moksha. It requires tremendous willpower. It is not possible with tremendous willpower. The world is full of temptations, full of distractions, full of discouragements. That is why Shankaracharya will later on compare the pursuit of moksha to nadyaha pratisrotah pravartanam, moving in the opposite side of the stream, opposite direction of the stream. It is not flowing downstream. Instead, it is moving upstream against the current of the river. Therefore, one has to make use of one's willpower. Ataha vidyarthinam shreyo bhajanam manye ityabhiprayaha. Ataha, therefore, tvam vidyarthinam shreyo bhajanam manye. I consider you as a vidyarthi, as the one who seeks vidya. And being a vidyarthi, you are a shreyo bhajanam. You deserve shreyaha. You deserve moksha. You deserve vidya and you deserve moksha. Ityabhiprayaha. This is Yama's abhipraya, Yama's intended meaning, import of Yama's words. अविद्यायामन्तरे वर्तमानाः स्वयं धीराः पण्डितं मन्यमानाः दन्द्रम्यमाणाः पर्यन्ति मूढाः अन्धेनैव नीयमाना यथान्धाः Now, Yama is contrasting Nachiketa with the people who do not deserve Vidya. Instead, they deserve to remain in samsara. The people who deserve to remain in samsara. That is how Shankaracharya will explain them. Why do they deserve to remain in samsara? Because even if you give them jnana, they are not interested. You can pull them and make them sit in the class. They are not interested. So then you have to say, okay, they deserve samsara. Samsara bhajanaha. So who are they? Avidyayam antare vartamanaha. They are in the middle of darkness, in the middle of ignorance. Avidyayam antare. Antare means madhye, in the middle of ignorance. Vartamanaha. They are present. Not just ignorant. Among the ignorant, some people may want to be free from the ignorance. That is when you become a mumukshu. I have ignorance and I want to be free from ignorance. Then you become a jijnasu or a mumukshu. That is what Yama called a vidyarthi. But this person is in the middle of ignorance. He is not even at the side of ignorance. At the side of ignorance means he wants to cross the ignorance. But this person is in the middle, not even getting to a side, not even getting to the shores. He is in the center of the ocean of ignorance, the dense ignorance. Not even ready to accept that he is ignorant. That is his problem. He thinks all is well with me. Swayam dhiraha panditam manyamanaha. So he does not understand that there is ignorance in him. Swayam, himself, he thinks dhiraha. Not him, they, it is plural. Themselves, they consider as dhiraha. Dhiraha means worldly wise. They have all the wisdom to be successful in this world. And panditam, they consider themselves as pandita. Even the knowledge of Shastra, they have. They know everything about Shastra also. He has read some Bhagavad Gita here and there, and he thinks he knows well. So he doesn't have to go for Vedanta class anymore. Someone was telling the other day, if you have memorized one shloka of Bhagavad Gita, you have become an Atmajnani. So, Panditam Manyamana. He thinks he is a Pandita. That is why he is not ready to accept the Guru or Shastra. What happens to them? They are mudhaha. They are deluded ones. Dandramyamanaha paryanti. Dandramyamanaha. So they move, they travel in a curved path. Travel in a curved and crooked path of samsara. The path of samsara is not straight, it is curved, full of ups and downs. Sometimes they go up, become devatas, and sometimes they go down and become insects. They go through a curved path. Pariyanti, they revolve. Paritaha yanti, they go around, traveling through a curved path. They are caught up in the cycle of samsara. And the Upanishad compares such people to the blind people led by a blind. A blind is leading other blind people. What will happen? All will fall into some ditch or wherever. Andhena eva niyamanaha andhaha. Yatha andhena eva niyamanaha andhaha. So this should go first. Yatha andhena eva niyamanaha andhaha. Tatha avidyayamantare vartamanaha, etc. Yatha, just as. Andhena eva, by a blind man. Niyamanaha, being led. Andhaha, other blind people. This person also, he does not take refuge at Shastra and a Guru. If a blind man, if he has to accept someone to lead him, he should accept someone who has eyes, who is reliable, a reliable source of information, a reliable person. But instead he chooses another blind. It is a blunder to choose another blind as your leader. Similarly, this ajnani, to understand certain facts in life, he has to make use of Guru and Shastra, the reliable means of knowledge. Instead, he depends on his own intellectual speculation. I am wise, intelligent, I have high IQ, Therefore, I will not take help of Guru and Shastra. Instead, I will figure out everything myself. What is true, what is right, what is good for me, what is the purpose of my life. I will figure out everything on my own, using my own intellectual speculation. Relying purely on his own intellect and his own ideas. It is like accepting a blind as one's leader, being blind oneself. ये तु संसारभाजनाः अविद्यायाम् अंतरे मध्ये घनीभूते इव तमसि वर्तमानाः वेष्ट्यमानाः पुत्रपश्वादि तृष्णापाशशतैः स्वयं वयं धीराः प्रज्ञावन्तः पंडिताः शास्त्रकुशलाश्चेति मन्यमानाः ते दन्द्रम्यमाणाः अत्यर्थं कुटिलाम् अनेकरूपां गतिं गच्छन्तः जरामरणरोगादिदुःखैः परियन्ति परिगच्छन्ति मूढाः अविवेकिनः अंधेन एव दृष्टिविहीनेन एव नीयमानाः विषमे पथि यथा बहवो अंधाः महान्तम् अनर्थम् ऋच्छन्ति तद्वत् ये तु संसारभाजनाः तु on the other hand, unlike vidyarthi Shreyobhajana, one who deserves to attain moksha, one who seeks vidya and therefore he deserves to attain moksha. It was about Nachiketa and people like him. Unlike him, there are people who are samsara bhajanaha, people who deserve to remain in samsara. They choose to remain in samsara, not because someone has put them in samsara. They choose to remain in samsara. Avidyayam antare. Antare means madhye, in the middle of avidya. Ghanibhute iva tamasi vartamana. The avidya, the middle of avidya is compared to Ghanibhuta tamas, dense darkness. Ghanibhuta, thickened, dense darkness. Ghanibhute tamasi iva. Vartamanaha, they are present. And Bhashyakara describes such people. So why they are in the middle of avidya? Why they don't choose to get jnana? Veshtyamanaha putra pashvadi trishnapashashataihi. Putra pashvadi trishnapashashataihi. Veshtyamanaha. They are surrounded by many hundreds of snares of desires. Trishna pasha. Trishna means intense desire. It is compared to pasha, snare, noose. Desire of putra, pashu, and so on. Son, daughter, cattle, kingdom, and so on. Veshtyamanaha. They are surrounded. Swayam vayam dhiraha prajnavantaha panditaha shastrartha kushalaszcheti manyamanaha. Swayam, themselves, they consider. Vayam dhiraha, we are dhiraha. In this context, dhira means prajnavantaha. And Vishnu Devananda ji says, Prajnavanto laukikabhijnaha iti yavat. Prajnavantaha means those who know everything about this loka. They are able to understand things about this world properly. They are worldly wise. That is what they think. And panditaha, shastra kushalaha. Panditaha means they are experts in shastra also. That is what they think. Manyamanaha. They think so. They have some knowledge about this world as well as some knowledge about Shastra also, because they have been living in ashram for many years. Some knowledge of Shastra also they have. But then the problem is Alpa Vidya Bhayankari. Half knowledge is always dangerous. It creates more problem than any good. Alpa Vidya Bhayankari. So that is why they do not seek further knowledge. So because of the half knowledge, there is arrogance. I know everything. Why I should listen to someone? Dandramyamanaha. Dandramyamanaha is equal to Atyartham Kutilam Aneka Rupam Gatim Gachantaha. Atyartham Kutilam, very much curved. Very much curved means Aneka Rupam. It takes many forms. It takes many courses. Sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes Devata Janma, sometimes Gandharva Janma. all are up, and sometimes down. Insect janma, dog janma, cat janma. Gatim gachantaha, they travel through this path, the journey of samsara. Samsara is a perpetual journey. Saranam samsaraha. Perpetually saranam, going. That is what samsara means. A never-ending series of struggles, series of birth and death, series of finding solution to problems. That is samsara. Always we think the series will come to an end at some point. When we were children, we thought after we passed 10th, after I pass 10th, I may get a bicycle or a two-wheeler. Then I will be very happy. All my problems will come to an end. That is what people thought when we were in the school. So 10th exams are over. But then they said, no, after 10th there is 12th, 11th and 12th. Oh, again, one more struggle. After 12th, then you go to, become undergraduate. University. Once again struggle. I have to complete my graduation. After graduation, post-graduation. We think, at every point we think, once this is done, my struggle will come to an end and I will be happy. But it never happens. Job, after a job, promotion, then there is another strand, family life and career life. So in the family life you get married. So people think, once I get married and build my house, I will be settled. But then there is another problem. Then children. Then finally this person thinks, after retirement I will be happy. I will go to ashrama and stay. So even after retirement, vruddhastavat chintasaktaha. The struggle does not come to an end. It is perpetual. So that is what aneka rupam gatim gachantaha. Jara marana rogadi dukkhaihi paryanti. And this journey is cyclic in nature. Once again he has to come to the same point, human birth. Whether he goes up or down, finally he will come to the human birth again. So jara marana rogadi dukkhaihi paryanti is equal to parigachanti. They revolve. And in the revolution, in the rotation, in the cycle, there is a jara, old age, marana, death, roga, disease, adi, and so on. Garbhavasa, janma, jara, marana. So this comes in a cycle. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jathare shayanam. It goes in a cycle. That is why pariyanti, parigachanti mudhaha. Mudhaha is equal to avivekinaha, the avivekis. Andhena eva, andhena is equal to drishti vihinena, one who does not have eyes, eyesight. Niyamanaha, being led by a blind man. Vishame pathi, not in straight road. Vishame pathi, in difficult path, where a blind man is very much in requirement of a proper guidance. Yatha andhena eva niyamanaha bahavaha andhaha, many blind people are led by one blind man. Mahantam anartham rachanti, they will end up in a great disaster. Mahantam anartham, they end up in great disaster. The leader and the followers all will together fall into a well. Tadvat, likewise, this ajnani also gets into anartha, samsara. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.